Yes, why not up the front here, sir? Dressed in safari suit, ready to go. Okay, what's your name?
Lou.
Lou, and whereabouts you from?
Sydney.
Sydney. Now, Lou, have you ever flown a plane before?
Negative.
You haven't. Okay, Lou, well, with the help of movie magic, you're going to be flying a B-17 bomber through the skies of war-torn Germany. How do you feel about that?
Sounds interesting.
Cool hand. Luke, stand over there with the boys, and we'll be flying you soon. Okay, now I've got my first flyboy. Now I need somebody else who can fly in the Oakley glasses, sir, with a singlet on. Thank you very much. You just volunteered up on stage. Here he comes. And you can lift the plane, that's right. Now, what's your name?
Hamish.
Hamish, and whereabouts you from?
Auckland, New Zealand.
Auckland. You watch your World Cup?
No.
Wallabies.
What World Cup?
World Cup. One that gets lost. Anyway, now, have you ever flown a plane before?
No.
You ever lifted a plane before?
No.
Okay. Well, today you'll be flying without the plane. That's right, Hamish. You're going to be flying faster than a speeding bullet, leaping tall buildings in a single bound. And you think the man from Auckland's going to fit the suit out and look kind of sexy, a pair of lycra tights. Woohoo! Okay, join our stars, Hamish. All right. Now I need my third and final Warner star. I need a lady for this job. I need somebody who's brave. I need somebody who's courageous. And most importantly, I need someone who's just a little bit crazy. Crazy enough to get pointed at, madam. Thank you. Yeah, you doctor. Must be your birthday, is it? Up on stage. Is that your mum, is it? Yeah. Okay. You can see the resemblance. And what's your name? Debbie. Debbie, and where are you from? Northern Ireland. All right. Not packing any weapons there? No, okay. Now, Debbie, are you afraid of heights? You are. Well, you're going to be terrified when we finish with you, because we're going to place you 15 stories high on the outside of a building, on a ledge about a foot wide, without a safety net. And this is not Who Dares Wins. How do you feel about that? Well, don't worry, Debbie, if you fall, we've got Superman there who'll catch you! Okay, now we've got our 3 Warner stars, so let's make them feel like stars. And on the count of 3, I want you to clap, cheers, throw your tune in the air, do anything you can to make these guys feel like stars. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3! You feel like stars? You feel like stars?
Oh yeah.
Oh, not yet. Okay, come with me, you're off the wardrobe, so we can dress you up to look like stars.
Favorite movie? Memphis Belle.
Attention all personnel, you are now seated in a military zone. The year is 1943 and the world is at war. Captain Lou, please prepare for your mission briefing.
Today's bombing mission, gentlemen, is a strategic factory at Run. Destroying this target is vital. Good luck.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You have just seen the Memphis Belle take off on its 25th and final mission. This plane and its crew will have to fly during World War II. What you see before you on the sound stage is an actual life-size replica of the B-17, and all of the models that were created solely for the motion picture, the Memphis Belle. Now, they represent a stunning achievement on the part of our technicians, and that of the film's Academy Award-winning producer, Lord David Putnam, who it is now my great pleasure to introduce.
Filming the story of an air war that happened almost 50 years ago proved to be an incredible challenge. To recreate the realism, the excitement, and the tension that we felt the film needed, we had to call upon every single special effect and piece of movie magic that so far the cinema's managed to invent. Today you're going to see some of those special effects and that movie magic, and I hope it goes some way towards allowing you to enjoy a really terrific day at Warner Movie World. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord David. Now let's show you some of that movie magic. We'll start here with this fantastic 1/6 scale model of the Mama's Boys. Now it comes complete with propellers that turn and turret guns that actually fire. Now if you're interested, get your cameras and video cameras ready. I'm going to fire them up for you now just as they did in the movie. But don't worry if you are in the firing line. Today I do believe she's only firing blanks. Now, hands up, who'd like a model like that hanging from your bedroom ceiling? Well, maybe a little too big for most bedrooms. How about the 1/24 scale models like those in the spotlight now at either end of the soundstage? But to give the film an even more realistic feel, Warner Brothers built this life-size replica complete in every loving detail. Now, they actually built it in sections so that we could get our cameras in and film the stars at work. Now, the pilots and bombardiers section is mounted here on this hydraulic activator, or gimbal, as it is called in the industry. Now, it's the gimbal's movement that allow us to simulate flying. And our two pilots have joined us. State your name, please. Captain Lou, your squadron leader has instructed you to bomb a strategic factory in Brenham. Tell me, Captain, do you have your flight plans laid in and plotted for Germany?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bravo. How about you point in the direction in which you'll be flying? Climb aboard, Captain. Commence pre-flight check. Straight up into the plane, thank you. Have a word to your co-pilot to make sure she knows which way Germany is. Now, with the help of our two brave and confused aviators, we're about to put this baby through its paces. Now, to show you how, we use a scenic foreground and blue screen to recreate two scenes from the famous 25th mission. Now, Captain, are you aboard?
Yes, I am.
Captain, you've just received 30 seconds of intensive flight training from our co-pilot. Do you feel this is enough to survive World War II?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Give us a thumbs up, show us you're ready for takeoff. Grab your joystick, Captain. I'll activate the cameras. And there they go, ladies and gentlemen. It's our two brave aviators up there on the silver screen. Now, as the Memphis Belle rolls into formation, you can see the 1/6 scale model of the mother and country through the cockpit windscreen. Now, pilots, before you get too far away, how about you turn around and give us all a big wave goodbye? No, the cameras are actually located behind you. Inside the plane, co-pilot, behind your seat. Well, not literally, idiot, look up. Which one of you clowns is actually flying the plane? Coming into view now are the 1/24 scale models at a greater distance. That's the entire squadron used in the movie. The blue screen is also creeping in. For now, ladies and gentlemen, please keep watching above. Not bad. We just exploded a 1/6 scale model now with additional elements such as cloud, smoke machine and wind. We can actually recreate the entire World War II combat sequence right here on this soundstage. So let's now see what happens when we superimpose that explosion in front of our cockpit. Memphis Belle, that's a windy city. She's been hit on her port side. She's coming across your nose. Look sharp, pilot! Pull up, Memphis Belle, pull up! You're losing altitude! Turn around, you idiot, and fly the plane! Memphis Belle, Mayday! Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I call real-life movie magic. Let's now see if the Memphis Belle and its crew make it back in one piece. On May 17, 1943, the Memphis Belle completed its 25th and final mission. They were the first American bombing crew to successfully complete the required 25 daylight bombing raids over Germany. And at the end of this seemingly impossible task, are at long last allowed to return home. Well, the Memphis Belle made it back safely. Let's see if the co-pilot's looking quite eager to get out of the plane. Followed by our courageous captain. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our two brave aviators. Thank you, pilots. You are now dismissed. Your country is proud. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Warner Brothers Movie World, I'd like to take this opportunity of thanking you for allowing us to show you some of the wonderful things that go into making movie magic. A big thank you to the people who participated on our stages here today. But for now, as they say, good things come to an end. If you'd like to stand, make your way through those doors, enjoy your